Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I want to start by acknowledging some of our VIPs that will be speaking this morning, starting off with our Council President, Dr. Jennifer Campbell, a community leader and my nominee for our Planning Commission, my friend Kenneth Marlborough, and the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Asian Business Association, my friend Jason Paglio. Do a quick pause. So on December 10th, 2020, I was proud to be sworn in as San Diego's 37th mayor. I took the reins of this city in the midst of a global pandemic with COVID-19 cases and deaths skyrocketing and a long list of major issues left unresolved by the previous administration. But I did it with a commitment to fill the void in leadership that would improve the lives of San Diegans in every neighborhood, create a more equitable city government, and to build a city that works for all of us. This week will mark my 100th day in office. Now, normally politicians will use the 100-day mark to tout all the great things that they say that they have done. But as I look around me this morning, it's clearer than ever to me that this 100-day mark shouldn't only be about what we have done. It's an opportunity to take account of all the things that we still must do. Namely, to lay out a budget that is both structurally balanced and equitable, to address the poor pay and benefits and working conditions of too many of our city workers, to repair our crumbling roads, stormwater systems, and infrastructure, to address rising gun violence in too many of our city's neighborhoods, to reimagine policing to match the community's needs and expectations in the 21st century, to fight the existential threat that is climate change, and to help many more of our neighbors experiencing homelessness get connected with housing and with services. I want to be clear. None of this will be easy to accomplish. And nothing worthwhile ever happens as quickly as we would like. As much as we would like to snap our fingers and see all of our biggest challenges resolved, we know that to create lasting change, it takes a measured, thoughtful, and committed approach to get up every day and do the hard work to actually get the job done. That's what this administration intends to do. In my first 100 days, we have the first 100 days, in the last 100 days, in my first 100 days, it's been reinforced to me that there are no quick fixes to problems that have been created over many, many years. But it has also reminded me that San Diego is capable of rising to the occasion to meet challenges and to solve enormous problems. This morning, we are standing in front of the Balboa Park Municipal Gym. I'm enjoyed by some of the many heroes that have been working inside there, and to each of them, thank you so much for what you've been doing for your city. Yeah, a round of applause, Ken Marlborough. We stand in front of the Balboa Park Municipal Gym, a building built in 1935 for a part of an international exposition, originally built to highlight the importance of electricity that has since gone on to serve the Navy during World War II and today serves as the city's first vaccination site. It is in this building that we have undoubtedly saved lives. It is in this building that we took action to protect the public and others from COVID-19. This building and what's going on inside of it is a testament to what we can do when we come together and when we work together. And since I took office, we have trained nearly 240 members of our city's fire rescue department to serve as vaccinators. It's from here we have employees, along with our fire rescue department, from various departments like special events, park and recreation, information technology, and others, who have pivoted from their usual jobs to do the urgent and important work of making this site not just operational, but effective. Between sites like this one and our mobile vaccination units, as well as our partnerships with other key agencies like the County of San Diego, this city has been able to provide nearly 55,000 life-saving vaccines for San Diegans. Now, these efforts are paying off, with our region moving into the red tier just yesterday, allowing more businesses and activities to resume, including in-classroom instruction for our children in our public schools very, very soon. And that's how I look at our first 100 days. It's collaborative efforts like this one that make me proud of our city. It is collaborative efforts like this one that make me proud of our city. But it's also representative of the investments that we must make in our infrastructure and in our civic institutions. Our crumbling streets, sidewalks, stormwater systems will take billions of dollars to keep from falling in further disrepair. And we must do better to make more housing available and more affordable. We must reimagine policing in our communities. We must create better pathways for homeless San Diegans to find a place to truly call home. We must protect our environment against climate change. We must support our working families. And most of all, we must get San Diego back to work. Now, thanks to the support of the City Council, community leaders, and regional partners, especially our city workers, we've taken steps to beat back COVID-19, to change the status quo on homelessness, to create a more equitable city, to act on climate change, and to make government work better for our city residents. Now, there's not one of these things that I could have done by myself. And if we're going to truly transform our city from being simply fine to being a truly great city, it's going to take all of us working together. And so I want to be clear. Today isn't about an arbitrary date on the calendar. It's about leadership and transparency. It's about reporting to the public on our work, both how we are doing and how much more we have left to accomplish. I'm grateful for all the people along the way who have helped us get started in the right direction, including each and every member of the City Council, as well as our incredible city attorney. And our friends at American Airlines. If we are truly going to transform San Diego from being fine to being great, it's going to take all of us working together. And I'm here to report that we are on the right path. I believe in us, San Diego. And more importantly, I'm ready to get back to work for all of you. Now, I'd like to introduce our City Council President, who is also enjoying her 100th day as the leader of our legislative branch, Council President Dr. Jennifer Campbell. Dr. Jen?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I've known Todd Gloria for years. I've seen his boundless energy and his great leadership style. He has done so much, starting in public service as a teenager. And so even though he is still a young man, he has been a trusted public office holder as a city council member in charge of one of our toughest budgets during the Great Recession, president of the city council, interim mayor, during which he brought stability to the city and started the climate action plan. And then he went on to represent a large part of our city in the state legislature, where even in his first year, he became a state assembly leader and accomplished a lot. When Todd decided to run for mayor, I was very happy because I knew how he felt about the issues that are so deeply affecting the people of our city. Recovery from COVID, housing needs, homelessness, climate change, and equity for all of our citizens. In just the first 100 days since he became mayor, the effect on our city government has been very positive. He changed the culture at the mayor's office with his positive, energetic leadership. He has boosted the morale of our city workers, made City Hall more efficient, and made it clear that the concerns of our citizens are the concerns of our mayor. He has taken charge of many items left undone by the previous administration. He joined with every council member and met with the people of our districts. He and his staff have been building connections with leaders in our communities to help them deal with the challenges they face every day. This is refreshing and welcome. I'd like to congratulate Mayor Gloria for all he has accomplished in the first 100 days. The problems that we face were not created in 100 days, and we cannot solve them all in 100 days. But we know that Mayor Gloria is working to bring solutions to our communities thoughtfully and efficiently. The City Council is right there working with him to accomplish our shared goals for our city. All of us are working toward a bright future for San Diego, a world-class San Diego that can serve as a model for what is best in city government. Thank you, Todd. At this time, I would like to introduce the former Deputy Chief Fire Chief of our great city and a wonderful friend and community leader, Mr. Ken Marlborough.
Thank you and good morning. First, I want to say, pulling into this beautiful park, and I saw the line out here, and I saw my brother and sister firefighters and lifeguards. I was so proud of you, and thank you for what you're doing here. I appreciate that. So again, I'm Ken Marlborough, and I am a native San Diegan and a proud citizen of Council District 4, and it's an honor to be here. I've known Mayor Gloria for almost 25 years now. I met him first as a young firefighter in our department while he was a council person. And I'll tell you, we are lucky in this city to have a man like Todd Gloria as our mayor. We appreciate that. So there are many reasons that's the sound of technology and economy. That's good. So there are many reasons to be proud of what Mayor Gloria has achieved in his first 100 days. As a person who has served on a board, on a neighborhood council, and have managed a community planning group, I am extremely proud of what he has done as it relates to reshaping the San Diego boards and commissions to reflect the diverse population of our San Diego citizens. Here's just a snapshot of what he's done. I'm not going to mention all the names, but I will mention the boards and commissions. First, the San Diego County Water Authority, the San Diego Regional Airport Authority, the Small Business Advisory Board, the Commission of Gang and Prevention Intervention, and the San Diego Convention Center Board of Directors. I'm sure Mayor Gloria is not finished. I guarantee it, you will see more appointments that will reflect our communities. So also, Mayor Gloria has been great to my neighborhood. He's established a Black advisory group that's going to assist his administration, which I know is going to benefit communities like mine. He's even did pop-up COVID-19 vaccination sites, such as the one he just did recently at the Malcolm X Library. But here's one that I'm really proud about. This man is not afraid to communicate or be involved in our community events in the communities that I live in. I like that. That's a fresh breath of air to see that, and I appreciate it very much. So again, I want to thank you and congratulate you for your first 100 days, and I know there's going to be more great things done beyond that. Your administration is truly striving towards being a city that works for all of us. Thank you again, Mayor Gloria. So I would like to introduce Jason Paglio. He is involved in the Asian Business Association.
Thanks so much, Ken. The Asian Business Association has been in the San Diego community for over 30 years, and we help businesses, small businesses, minority businesses, every single day. And as many of you know, there's a lot of struggles that we're going through in our community at this time, and it's been very, very difficult. But I could tell you that we measure intent, that we measure people who create intentional pathways, as Mayor Gloria has done for our community. Historically, a lot of our minority small businesses are left behind. But Todd has made it his effort and his a concerted effort in making sure that we aren't left behind in this, not just in this pandemic, but before that. I know when we started this process with the Back to Work, Back to SD committee, we were engaged at a very, very early place and in getting the Black chamber, the Hispanic chamber, the Asian chambers and making sure that we're working towards a more inclusive economy, an inclusive economy that represents everybody. And I know that even in his time in the Assembly, he was very, very supportive in making sure that state resources came down to our local communities. And I know that, as Ken had mentioned, in the diversity of the boards and commissions, it's really important that the mayor has made it so that many of our small businesses have a seat at the table, and working with all the partners behind me here. These 100 days is not even, it's really the start of something that's going to be incredibly amazing. And I know that he's made very quick decisions in being able to open up our local economy and making sure that our folks are vaccinated, and making sure that the businesses are talking with our providers so that our communities are healthier, our communities are safer, and that our small businesses have this opportunity. So I do want to thank the mayor and his team for making sure that minority-owned small businesses are not left behind in this pandemic, and that we continue to make sure that we have an inclusive economy that works for everybody. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Ken, and thank you, Council President. Just want to give a couple quick concluding comments, and I want to stay on Jason and the Asian Business Association. Jason, I want to extend and make sure that you hear from me directly. We've made various other public pronouncements, but this is a time of great challenge in our AAPI community. We recognize while the acts of extreme hate may not have happened here yet, we don't want them to come here, and that this city stands squarely with our Asian Pacific Islander community in saying no to hate, no to violence, and that we will stand up against it every single chance we get. Please, thank you for what you're doing. And the Asian Business Association is leading the community and making sure that this response is a robust one. But San Diego is a welcoming city, and we will always stand with all of our residents to make sure they can live up to their full potential, and particularly during this difficult time, our Asian Pacific Islander community members. I want to conclude by just, again, acknowledging the folks behind me. I want to start with my governing partner, Jay Goldstone, who is here, our city's Chief Operating Officer. Jay, thank you for your incredibly hard work on behalf of the city. Jay gets to do a lot of the heavy lifting. He never brings me good news, but that's okay. I still love him. A lot of the folks you see behind me are some of our appointees to boards and commissions. I encourage you to chat with any of them that you'd like. Many of them are members of our Back to Work SD effort. This is our initiative for envisioning how we get through this pandemic and then how we build back better. Many of these folks have been involved in this effort for almost a year, and their guidance is going to be critical for making sure that we stand up this city better than we found it. I thank every one of the members of our Back to Work SD committee and appreciate their contributions. And then lastly, you see a large number of city employees both behind me and in front of me. And it's really important. I take my responsibilities as the city's manager very seriously. And I'll tell you that there is not a thing that happens in this city that is not the direct result of incredible public servants who we call city employees and city workers. In fact, I remember the day before Christina Peralta was about to open this municipal gym. I'm a bit of a busybody and I have a dog, so I was walking my dog early on a Sunday morning, very early, and I came across Jesus, who is a city employee, works in our facilities maintenance, who was out here preparing this site to welcome the first San Diegans to get vaccinated in the municipal gym the next morning. It was Sunday morning. He shared with me he'd like to be with his daughter, and he was going to do his work as quickly as possible in order to do that. But he was here because he understood that was his responsibility, and he loves his job, and he wanted to serve his city. Didn't matter what day of the week, how early the hour, he was here. Jesus is representative of the over 11,000 people who call the city their employer, but more importantly are a part of the public servants that make this city work. So to every city worker that is standing here with me, thank you for what you do. It is often unheralded, rarely acknowledged, but I want to hear from me. I am grateful for what you're doing, and I ask you to keep up the fantastic work. We couldn't do any of this without you. With that, it's been 100 days, or actually on Saturday it'll be 100 days, but we will come back again and again to be transparent, to be accountable, and to be clear on where we're going. And I want to be clear in saying we will defeat COVID-19, we will restart our economy, we will start working on our infrastructure challenges, be a leader on climate, lead on policing, and make sure that when it comes to homelessness, that we have real solutions that are data-driven, accountable, and ultimately get more people off of our streets. I thank you for being here today for this occasion. I look forward to reporting progress to you again and again over the next number of years. Thank you all very much.